Hello, this is Craig again from Zen Life 5, giving you my second podcast. Hopefully, I've resolved the volume issues, so this should be a little bit louder, which is great. So, today I'm wanting to do a short meditation with you, and then I'll talk about the art of being as opposed to the art of doing. Um, all the time we tend to do. We have to-do lists. We're always thinking about something that's not present. You might have shopping to do. You might have chores to do. You might find when you are sitting at home, when you're stuck, that you get a sense of boredom, a sense of anxiety because there's always this thought in your mind that you need to be doing something. Um, Whereas it's actually very important to just be as well. Taking the time to sit, just relax, noticing how you're feeling, how you're actually being, whether you're feeling anxious, whether you're feeling stressed. Often we fill our time with the doing to try and get away from our stress, but often that doesn't actually work. You might go and do lots of things, and then you find that the stress is still sitting there, the anxiety is still there. So this is where, when you sit and you just be, and you're with your feelings, that's when the healing can begin, because you're focused on how you're doing. And whatever happens, whatever it is you're feeling, um, you can feel those things with acceptance, with kindness. We don't try and get rid of anxiety or get rid of any fear that we might have. We sit with it. And that might seem a different way of looking at things, but it works so well when you just sit in the quiet and just focus on your feelings. It's okay at the moment, especially, to feel what we feel. So if we are anxious, that's okay. If we are frightened, that is okay. Just as if we were happy or joyful, all is okay with mindfulness. Mindfulness is just about tuning in to what's happening in each moment, and being kind in those instances. If we're judging things too much, then we're no longer mindful. We've left the present moment and we've gone into our thought processes. So mindfulness is about not thinking as much, just letting go of thoughts, coming back to how you're feeling in each moment, and being okay with how you feel in each moment. So, in order to do this, we'll do a little meditation right now. I'm going to hit a little bell to begin, and I'll guide you through. So, feel free to close your eyes, sit somewhere comfortable. It'll only be a few minutes, but just enough just to tune in and see how we're doing today. So, I'll hit the bell to begin. So, just begin by noticing your breath. Just notice your in-breath and your out-breath. And really feel the air as you breathe in. And really feel the air as you breathe out. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. And just notice if your mind wanders away from your breath into thinking. And if it does, just accept that it does. And gently bring your focus back to your breath. Breathing in calmly, breathing out easily. Notice as well the chair that you're sitting on, the ground under your feet. And just take this moment just to tune into yourself. Just notice if there's any body sensations, any aches or pains, or any emotions. And if there is any emotion or anything happening, just acknowledge that that's what's happening. And just visualize sending light and kindness to those areas, all that emotion. Breathing in, I calm myself. Breathing out, I ease any tension. Calm, ease. So just take another few conscious breaths. And then just open your eyes and come back to your room. So, thank you for doing that short meditation. What you may notice when you start doing this is that your mind is really choppy. It's thinking about all sorts of things. It could be worrying about the future, or you could be beating yourself up over things that you haven't done or things you've forgotten about. It's good when you see these things that these are just thoughts, and that every time you let go of the thoughts and come back to your body, you are coming back to the moment. The moment is really the only time that you can actually react and do something in. And often we are constantly striving for the future. We're wanting to make sure our to-do lists are checked, that everything is in order, that everything is done, and then we'll feel happier and more secure when things are done. And although doing is a good thing, I'm not saying that we don't do. We have to do at times. It's good to cultivate a practice of being, and incorporate the being in your doing. So as people who know me, I invent a word called be-do, which means doing with being. And you can start to infuse all your tasks in this way. What this does is will encourage you to slow down a bit. It will encourage you to start appreciating where you actually are, what's going on in this moment. Just as when you're sitting still, focusing on your breath, if you were sitting still and in your head just mulling over the fact that you shouldn't be sitting still, or you should be getting on and doing something, or why can't you do something, or you're bored, or I'm fed up, or I'm grumpy, or whatever your mind might throw at you, when you perfectly sit in silence or in the quiet and just breathe, you let go of all those thoughts and you come back to the moment, which is quite a calm, reassuring place. So even in the midst of chaos, when lots of things are going on, and at the moment they really are, just taking that moment just to sit and breathe, just noticing the chair you're sitting on. As I always say, having your cup of tea with you and you're just drinking your tea mindfully, you are giving yourself that space, those moments just to have some calmness. You're not adding anything to the moment with your thinking. Your thinking can make you not calm. So, infusing daily tasks with being is an amazing practice. You can do it when you're doing the washing up. You could be at your sink doing the washing up, trying not to think about the past or the future, just with your dishes. So you're wiping that dish, then you're cleaning that dish, you're smelling the washing up liquid, you're feeling the warmth of the water, the suds in the water. You're with your dishes. If you do that, then actually washing the dishes can become a mindful practice. If it takes you 5 minutes to wash the dishes, that's 5 minutes of mindful practice. But you'll notice when you're doing this that you'll be thinking about the next thing to do or the next thing to do. And so you're now noticing that your mind is rushing. It thinks a lot. So when we're calming our thoughts, we're actually calming ourselves. And that's really useful resilience training for what's going on right now. So I would also encourage you 5 minutes a day, if you can, just to sit and just be. Just sitting, listening to the sounds outside your window, whether it's rain or feeling the sunshine on your face or hearing birds or people walking, dogs barking, whatever it is, just listen, sit. Don't think about things. Just let go of your thoughts for those few moments. You're trying to encourage slowness, and slowness gives you patience, and patience is giving you less anger and annoyance and fear and anxiety and all of these feelings. But when they do come up, as I said, it's important to try and sit with those feelings with kindness. We're all going through something right now, and we're all going to be feeling quite turbulent emotions. So it's really important to sit with them, and you sit with them like you would a child. Your anxiety is like the inner child within, just coming back to say hi. So if you can sit with your anxiety and breathe with it and welcome it in like a friend, you'll find that those emotions pass through you quicker. You're in the moment, so you're accepting what's in the moment, and it comes and it goes, just like you're breathing. Inhale, exhale, anxiety, no anxiety. This is just what happens. And you may find that you're anxious several times a day, and that's totally okay. So we don't want to be anxious of our anxiety or be thinking about the anxiety or what's causing the anxiety. We want to let go and come back to the moment, be with your anxiety, and you'll find the healing begins. So thank you again for listening to me for however long this is, and I hope you like these, and hopefully there'll be more coming soon. So everyone, please stay safe, stay at home when you can, and just be.